back to Underground Pulse, undergroundpulse.net. I am Jerica J.
I'm Chiller.
And we are chilling on the bus, having a drink with CJ from Drowning Pool. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Are you excited for Thanksgiving?
I am always excited for Thanksgiving. Who's not excited to stuff themselves with all kinds of awesome food?
Right.
Excuse to eat more than we normally do anyway.
Right?
Yeah. What's your favorite part of the meal?
My favorite part of the meal, I don't know. It's just like Thanksgiving's like that meal that keeps giving, so you can eat and take a nap.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the second, because you wake up and it's like
Right.
I still have some
That's the
left.
best part.
So that part, that waking up after that first nap and knowing you can restart.
So what's a holiday like on tour?
On tour, you know, we've been through a lot of holidays on tour. We have one Thanksgiving. We were stuck in El Paso, and Whataburger was the only thing open. So that was Thanksgiving for us, which was fun. You know, you still stay in touch with friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you know, it's always nice to spend time.
Anything special planned for tomorrow?
Yeah, we get to offload the bus and clean it off, and then you know, unload our trailer. We spend about half the day breaking down the tour, pretty much a whole day. We'll try to knock that out early. And then today being the last day of the tour, of course, with all these other bands, there's going to be a lot of alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Not like there isn't anyway, but now it's another excuse to
Right.
drink more. So there's going to be a lot of that as well. So tomorrow's probably going to be painful.
Right on, right on. Well, you know, with the end of tour, at least with some bands, I know you guys are going on almost to New Year's Eve, aren't you?
Yeah, we have a few weekend shows in December, Christmas shows and stuff like that, and then a big Hell Yeah and Drowning Pool New Year's Eve show, which we are going to videotape. We've been wanting to videotape this tour, being the 13-year anniversary of the release,
Right.
and playing the record in its entirety. So we haven't had a chance. We filmed 1 or 2 shows, but not super pro. So that's another thing. It's a hometown show. All of our, you know, the warehouse full of massive setup. So we haven't pulled that out since, you know, Dave was in the band as well. So it's going to be a massive production, full rig. And I'm looking forward to that show.
Awesome. I gotta ask, with it being the last show with these bands, are there any pranks planned for tomorrow as well?
Tons of pranks, and I'll tell you about them now, because then we'll find out the next hour they're coming up. So the Red Tide Rising guys, the first band we're going to run right now, their father has a cryo company, and part of the deal with them being on the tour is, you know, they ride on the bus for free, but then they set up the cryo system, they build it for us, and then when the tour's over, we get to keep the system, you know,
Wow.
plus a couple of grand for that. So it's kind of like, instead of being a buy-on band, we get the system, they've been running it, so we have extra tanks, and shortly we are just going to blast them full on with
Oh my
handheld
gosh.
cryo the whole show, so they're going to be frozen by the time the show's over. And next we do this other thing where we call getting drowning schooled, if you will. Something we've started a couple years back. You know, we play a lot of shows, never fails next to like a Dollar General store or something like that. So I went in one of them one day, and there was all these swimming pools, like these massive swimming pools on sale, you know, like $1. So I bought 10 of them, you know, filled a trailer with these pools. So one of the pranks that we pulled, and we've pulled it on a lot of bands, is we'll take a swimming pool while they're on stage and, you know, blow it up on their bus or whatever they ride it in, and fill it completely to the top with water.
Oh
So
my
at the end of the
gosh.
night, they have to empty that shit out before they can leave. Excuse my language.
No, go ahead.
So what we're doing with the guys in Breach of Silence, who parked right in front of us,
Oh no.
we're taking up 2 back seats of their van that they have to return in tomorrow. They have to fly out tomorrow.
Oh
So
my
this is going to
gosh.
be quite a chore for them. So in the next hour, we're going to fill up the pool in the back of the van, fill it up with water, and all the way to the top while they're on stage. So when they come out, go into their van to change their clothes after the show, it's going to be a big swimming pool.
They
That's
might
the
not.
right way to pay your dues.
I wonder if we'll be there. We're supposed to interview them after the show, so that might be
You
fun.
know, jump in the back of the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
We'll have a jacuzzi in the back of the van.
You brought your suit, right?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Let's get some video going.
Make
Come
us a
on.
potty.
With the 13th anniversary of the Sinner album, you guys are playing it in its entirety tonight?
Playing the whole record.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
We're
How
gonna
did-
play other songs as well, of course, before we get into it. But it's nice when we switch over. You know, we come out playing, you know, recent singles and stuff, and then we go into changeover, and you just feel it. So excited for that part of the set.
How does it feel to play those original songs again?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, it's great because, you know, it reminds you of, you know, when we first got signed, the record first came out. I was very fortunate to sell a lot of records right out the gate, and came out strong, came out swinging. So it reminds me of all the good times I had with Dave Williams, but it's also fun on this tour because you're making new memories, you know, with our buddy Jason Moreno. And the fact that the song, you know, for us to play all these album tracks that were never singles and see fans come out and sing along to every song, I never thought in a million years we'd get that kind of response 13 years later. So we really appreciate all the fans that stuck with us. We made some changes, obviously, but Jason Moreno's our man. We're having fun again. He's the right fit, vocal-wise, personality-wise. We've been on that search the last 13 years, and finally, have that as well.
Right.
So we're kind of celebrating that, and then we're going to go right back in the studio as soon as possible and try to put out record. Jason, keep it going.
That's awesome. How do the long-term fans, the fans that've been with you since the first hit, feel about Jason?
They love him, that's one of those things that, and I'm guilty of it. When some of my favorite bands have either lost a singer or switched out singers, you step back for a minute, like, I don't know, you're used to this voice or this sound.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's always, you have to see the live show. And that's what's always sold me on bands. There's a lot of great songs out there, but I got to enjoy the live show. So anybody's come out and seen this. I mean, we put 110% out there every single night. And the shows have been great. They've never been better. So you'll see tonight. And thanks again for coming out.
I'm excited.
So
Yeah.
excited.
We'll be killing.
Saw you guys at the Kansas City Speedway.
Oh, yeah, that show was
Just,
great,
when
man.
that was. Yeah, we went out to
The cops were so cool that night. I had to take a picture with all of them.
Oh,
I was
At
doing
least
some
you had a good
illegal
experience.
stuff that was not illegal. It was just, frowned
frowned upon.
It was slightly a misdemeanor, if you will, but they were nice about it. They would turn their heads.
Ooh.
And I even said it, I'm going to do this.
cool.
And they all turned their heads. So they were being pro and I was being respectful, and everybody in the front row got drunk free off my bottle of booze. That's why my booze keeps going. I keep giving it to everybody else.
Closer.
It just disappears.
Just a couple more questions for you. We'll let
Sure.
you go. Are you guys going to be playing in memory of tonight?
I would love to play In Memory of Tonight. It would probably be a good addition to this as well, since hats off to Dave. We play that every now and then. There's so many songs now. That's another issue we have. 5, 6 records later, it's like, what are we going to play tonight? And you should have seen this earlier. I mean, we every single night we go through this. What are we going to play tonight? And we always kind of have we have it out. Still don't have it out, but we definitely. It's always debated every night. What are we going to play? We always change it at the last minute, so you really never know what you're going to get. I never know half the time. Sometimes those three change game plan on me, and I'm going to one song and they're going, no. So yeah. So we kind of have a Grateful Dead kind of approach to it. We just throw stuff out there, and also it's fun for me, hang out at the merch booth all night long with the fans, and somebody's like, oh, I want to hear Step Up, I want to hear, you new song, what's bringing this, so we'll throw it in there. So it's that easy. Tell us what you want to hear.
Nice. On the way up, the drive up here, we were actually listening to the second half of the re-release CD,
Oh,
and
cool.
it was really cool. We were singing along to a lot of the songs.
Oh, yeah.
She was a lot.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, it just kind of seemed like it was kind of an insight to who you guys were before, the big blowout.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, to local bands today, what kind of advice do you have to make it?